Welcome to Irish Illustrated at irishillustrated.com. I'm Kevin Sinclair, and as Notre Dame only has so many scholarships left to fill, we're not seeing a lot of 2022 offers going out, but we did see one yesterday in sort of slot receiver, all-purpose back, Major Everhart out of North Texas in Amarillo. This is a guy with 10.38, 100-meter speed, so elite speed. And when I say elite, we're not just talking sub 4.5. No, we're talking 10.38. Big time explosive speed. A guy who plays in it's called a flex bone or a sort of a double wing offense where he plays a lot of wing back, makes a lot of plays on the ground through the air as a kick returner. Let's dive into his film. Major Everhart, we're going to have a look at his speed right off the hop. That's what the big talk is about him. Here he is in a 100-meter down in Texas. This is a kid who has flat out elite speed. As you can see there, his sort of burst to finish strong in the 100-meter here, finishing with a 10.41. That is top end speed in this youngster. Here he is with a 9.6 broad jump as well. So he's explosive. Now, out of this flex bone sort of offense, a double wing sort of offense, if you're familiar with it, here he is taking a pitch outside. This is where he makes his money, getting the ball in space, and then just in this play alone here shows that he definitely has a lot of elusive ability. And then when you have that big time speed, you're not getting caught from behind and you can hit home runs. But taking a spotlight onto his elusiveness, have a look at this sort of spin move and slicing through this entire defense, making a few quick cuts, and then he's up the seam, finding a crease for a touchdown. We're going to see a little bit more of that here. Taking these pitches wide. Really good blocking on this play by his offense, but when you have a player like this, when you can find a big lane, a lot of space, he can hit a home run for you every time. So here he is again, taking those pitches wide. This is a guy, if you were to play at the slot receiver position, certainly really dangerous on gadget plays, jet sweeps, bubble screens, pop passes. I sort of look at him as a slot receiver / all-purpose back. And a kick returner. On this play here, any average athlete, or even just, higher end athlete, a lot of them might not make it back to the line of scrimmage on this play, but this is a guy, again, when you have this kind of speed, you can make things happen out of nothing. Here he is at the quarterback position where they'll play him. And, so it sort of speaks to all the different roles you can kind of put him in. You just get him the ball. You would certainly upgrade your kick return unit. And again, just add a weapon that can attack from many areas. Now, here he is sort of some of his talents specific to the slot receiver position. Here he is on a touchdown pass, a really nice sort of adjustment to the football in the front corner of the end zone. Again, this guy who is a multiple athlete, can play multiple roles. Here he is again, effective in the passing game, running a bit of a post route from that sort of wing position. And then his acceleration after the catch, of course, electric. So here he is again one more time as we wrap this up. Just a guy where he has the ball in space, he can hit a home run, and he can play from multiple roles. An exciting player. Yeah, so as we can see, Notre Dame wants to add speed to his offense. Everhart certainly has that. There's not many players really in the country that you can find in that sort of 3 or 4 star category. Who also have the academics to play at Notre Dame that have the speed of Everhart. And anyhow, when you look at Notre Dame's wide receiver class, there's an argument for a sort of 4th receiver, Notre Dame having a Morion Walker, who's around 6'4", Tobias Merriweather, who's crystal ball pick to Notre Dame, 6'4", C.J. Williams, another prediction to Notre Dame, 6'2", or close to 200 pounds. It makes sense to sort of add that dynamic, shifty sort of slot, all-purpose back, gadget play kind of guy with some big-time speed. And, Everhart would be a great sort of addition in that case that Notre Dame were to add those other 2 receivers. So be interesting to see if Notre Dame could gain some traction all the way from down in Texas, when we're at sort of late June here. But he's an exciting prospect. It makes sense why Notre Dame offered him. But that's it for me. I'm Kevin Sinclair at Irish Illustrated. Thanks for tuning in to irishillustrated.com.